Everyone, and welcome to Tarot Thursday on Divination TV. This is Reverend Mary Hawk, and with me is Reverend Bryan. Good evening, Reverend Bryan. How are you tonight?
I'm good. I survived Vegas unscathed.
Totally unscathed?
Yeah, $4,000 richer unscathed.
Alrighty. I mean, who can go to Vegas on their bachelor party and instead of coming back broke, come back ahead?
And the lesson of this is do your shadow work.
So, welcome to everyone joining us. We are here to do 3 card, more or less, tarot readings. If you would like to post your questions in chat, our disclaimers: we do not predict the gender of your unborn offspring, but congratulations. And we know they're going to be adorable.
More or less.
We cannot give medical advice because we're not medical people. We can't give legal advice because we're not legal people. And we cannot predict the outcome of world conflict. But other than that, go ahead and post your questions. And hello to Nubin. Welcome.
Hello. Someone
And
asked someone actually asked me where we came up with our little disclaimers. I said, they're standard
they are.
with some,
My other disclaimer is I don't read for you if you're really wasted, but I can't tell. So,
yeah, that's usually one I use when I'm reading in public as well.
hi, Ravadell. Ravadell says, I'm new to this, but I've always been interested in the occult. Can you do something with dream interpretations? I don't usually do that, Ravadell. I will, however, tell you that in general, trust your intuition about what do the symbols in your dream mean to you.
My suggestion would be to keep keep a piece of paper and a pen, preferably a notebook, by your bedside, and any big symbols that come up or things that pop out, write them down, um, if you can. And obviously, the internet is a great tool for that, to get some vague interpretation. But dream interpretation is not my personal skill set.
I will, however, share with you all that last night I dreamed that my best friend had adopted or was fostering a polar bear. And I was over at her house cuddling with the polar bear, and I fell asleep cuddling with the polar bear. When I woke up in real life, I discovered that my dog Hella was spooning me and had her claws in my back.
Hella turned into a polar bear.
Apparently, when I texted that message to my friend this morning, she pointed out that Tennessee is not a good climate for polar bears.
Yes, I would agree.
But there you go, folks. Don't approach real polar bears, but astral polar bears are cuddly.
Elvis is not quite sure about that statement.
Is Elvis giving me the side eye?
A little bit.
Okay. Well, does anyone have a question for us?
While we're waiting, would you mind reading the cards about that unfortunate wedding situation I told you about? Is it
If
worth confronting my uncle on, or should I let him just be?
it's worth confronting your uncle if I get to be there with a video camera.
This is true. But let's consult the cards anyway.
Okay.
Because he's also a Cancer like me, so we don't want to. I don't want to make him cry. Well, not too much anyway.
Lots of big claw energy here.
Big claws.
Should Bryan consult his uncle for
Hello, my child. Hi, Michael. Hope you're feeling better.
Hey, Michael, good to see you. No, you should not. We've got the Chariot, which is movement or move on. We've got the Pentacle, which means, or the Five of Pentacles, so take stock of your resources. In this case, do you have time to go where he is and deliver suitable retribution and still plan your wedding?
No.
And finally, we've got the Emperor, who is talking about temporal authority and how they might view this.
Oh, look, it's my dad.
Sorry, bro. You're going to have to let that one go.
That's fine. Oh, what a shame. He did send a wedding check, though. So nice.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Elvis. It is not can time. It is way too early.
Obviously, Elvis is in a different time zone.
Which would?
Hey, Kai, good to see you.
Hi, Kai.
So, does anyone else have a question?
Questions. Makes me think of the Dark Crystal.
Of the what?
The movie The Dark Crystal from the.
Oh, I love that movie.
But when she dumps out the crystals and goes, questions, too many questions. You want a shard? Here.
Hey, Michael.
So, I would say, Nubin, for the sake of internet readings, questions are helpful. However, we do ask that when people just want a general reading, that they sort of say general reading. It's a way of giving consent to us since this is done virtually.
And also, I do a daily 3-card pull, and sometimes I am asking a specific question based on circumstances, and sometimes it is a general, what do I need to know today?
I like to do an energy, obstacle, and advice personally for myself in the morning.
And Kai wants a general reading.
Oh, look at Kai leading by example.
In general, I think Kai is crafting something right now.
Crafting something, writing something, doing something. There's something going on. In general. All right. Less jokes, more card slinging. Here we go. I will let you go first.
All right.
I and then Michael is our stack so far.
Okay, so the first card I've got for you, Kai, is Justice. So this is a justice in the sense of getting something you're owed. You're reaping the rewards of something you've sown. Then I've got the Ace of Wands. Now, wands are fiery and passionate. So you've got a whole lot of passionate energy around you.
Yep.
And then I've got the veil. And so with the veil, I'm going to say you need to look beyond what is right in front of you and look deeper to your current situation. So I hope that's helpful.
All right. So the first card I pulled is the World. So I would say, knowing Kai, you've completed something and you've moved on to the next thing. Now, what that next thing is, I'm not quite sure yet. That's what the next card is for. So the next card I have is the King of Pentacles, which is usually about material gain and money. So it's definitely something that is going to generate some sort of income is in the next project, whether it's with your art, with your projects, your crafts. But the third card I pulled is the Two of Cups. And I know that you definitely have your hand in some of the new work being done around Lady Alyssa and Lord Phoenix. So I would say that those projects, are definitely part of that partnership. So sigil patches.
Aha!
Bingo! So that's all to say that get on your projects. Do the thing. And I'm going to pull one more card because since we seem to be so on the nose here. Teamwork. Three of Pentacles. It's time for you to consult other beings and see if you can get some help with your sigil patches, because Goddess knows you're making lots of them all by yourself. Go find a buddy. Or two. Or three. Not it. So
Don't look at
it's
me, but I
helpful.
might be consulting you about designs in the near future.
Kiss method is your friend.
All right, Michael is next.
Okay. Oh, and it's my turn to go first. All right. Okie dokie. Okay. So, Michael, the first card I have for you is the Five of Swords. And I know that recently you've had some medical problems, but that is not to say that um, there's any things are getting better. You have support, you have guidance, but the swords are about thought and the mental health and the mental peace. So I would say to focus right now on your mental health and your mental strength. Um, for right now, you've survived, the worst of it. There's still lots to do, but ask yourself, um, to what gratitude can you give yourself right now about your situation? There is a silver lining to what's been going on. The second card that I pulled is the Seven of Wands. Now, the seven of Wands is usually about action, but it's about accepting the challenge head on and standing your ground. So that is to say that what you've been going through recently, you've also sort of accepted that it's happening because you know that you can overcome this. So trust yourself, trust your gut. Things will be on the up and up soon. And the last card I pulled, hello Elvis, is Judgment. Now, Judgment is also about reflection and evaluating. And sort of like the Seven of Wands, you've accepted what has happened. But again, it's really doing that reflection and gratitude piece that you're on the other side of that difficult situation. So I hope that was helpful. And Elvis
All
said
right.
no.
So the first card I've got for you is the Prince of Wands. Wands are fiery, passionate energy, but with the Prince, it's not focused. So there's a lot of energy, but you're going to have to bring it to bear on something. Then I've got the Four of Lamps. And with the Four of Lamps, hello, Elvis. With the Four of Lamps, you're beginning to realize that you need to turn your focus more on magic or spirituality. There's more than what you've learned so far. And then I've got the Nine of Pentacles, which means that things are going well for you in the material realm. And we'll pull one more card. And I've got the Queen of Cups, which also means that you're doing well emotionally, you're in control of your emotions, and you're in a good place in relationships. So I hope that's helpful. Alrighty, Kai, I'm glad you are sharing the load.
All right. We have 10 people here.
Hello. Welcome, everyone. If you have a question for us, please do go ahead and post it in chat.
Or just say general reading or a general question. Glad to know Elvis's tail is in the background.
You're welcome, Michael. Yes, Elvis is blessing us with her tail
Well,
as she counts down till you get up and give her a can of wet food.
yep. She gotta wait. Okay.
Interesting fact about cats. I had to run by the old place. The people who live there now contacted us because we got a package there. When I went by to get it, they have a cat who was hanging out by the cabinet where we used to keep cat food.
Ah.
And they said they couldn't figure out why the cat was hanging out there. And I said, well, that's where the cat food used to be.
That's funny.
It really is. Cats know these things.
They do.
Now, there hadn't been any cat food there in a couple of years because all our cats had crossed the Rainbow Bridge due to various old age issues, but hello, Maria. Welcome. And yes, we do broadcast on the Nashville Pagan Pride page.
Awesome. Oh,
Thank
good.
you, Melissa. It's one of
Now
my
say I've
current
made it all the
favorites.
way to Nashville from the comfort of my couch in New
Yes.
York. For those who don't know, Mary and I read cards from two completely different states in two completely different time zones using completely different decks.
Hi, Mark. Nice to see you. Yes, we do, and we frequently get the same answers. And since someone brought it up, if you're in the Nashville area, Nashville Pagan Pride Day will be Saturday, October the 5th at Two Rivers Park behind the wave pool. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Admission is free, but please bring some uh, non perishable food or some cash to share with Second Harvest Food Bank.
They don't give cans, Elvis.
And Elvis is giving Daddy kisses. So, does anyone else have a question for us?
Do you have any questions, Elvis?
Well, I guess, can you pull a couple of cards for me
I'll pull the cards, Elvis.
about my direction with Divination TV?
Sure.
Got a lot of things moving right now, getting everything in order.
Always swipe right. And use your planner. Just saying.
I'm using my planner.
I'm glad.
I have columns for 4 different projects in the space of infinite possibility.
I love the space of infinite possibility. I'm still kicking myself that I didn't send you my affiliate link. I could have gotten a free planner. All right. So you and then Renee and then Mark.
Yep.
All right. So first card, death. Obviously, Divination TV was the rebirth from something else.
It is.
Common sense. Knight of Swords. Use your brain. Move swiftly. You're already doing that.
Yes.
The Fool. New ideas, new things, new chapter. We're going to pull one more card because Tarot was being literal this evening. Thank you so much, cards. The Hanged Femme, also known as, well, the Hanged Man, but in the Black Femme deck, it's all femmes. So, sacrifice. You're going to have to, do a little extra hard work and sacrifice a little in order to do bigger, better things.
All right.
My cards are being quite literal this evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In other words, your cards are saying, you know what to do, go do it.
Pretty much. Go do the thing, Mary. Ta-da!
Go do the thing. All righty. Hi, Renee. Good to see you. And yes, we'll do a general.
I love doing the general. Yes.
I got that. Okay.
I'm sure you did. Glad to be back. Did you miss me?
Yes, I did. And I'm sure Vegas will never be the same again.
Probably not. When you hit the jackpot on a slot machine, it makes a lot of noise until the person comes and turns it off.
Does it now?
Yeah, and everybody stares at you.
Is there video?
There is. There's also the video of the person putting all that money in my hand.
Ooh.
All right. So, Renee, first card up. The Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is about recharging, resting, taking time for yourself. I know it's raining a lot where you are, so it's probably a good time for some rest and napping. Do that. Second card I pulled is also in the suit of swords, the Two of Swords, which is about stillness and indecision. So really, this resting time is because you are at an impasse and you have decisions to make. And the best way to go about those decisions is to rest on it, think on it, and see what comes up in your dreams that might be helpful. The last card that I pulled is the High Priestess. So while you're doing all of this resting and making of these decisions, trust your gut, trust your intuition. Don't overthink any decisions because really, your intuition and your gut knows that usually your first instinct is the best one. So I hope that was helpful.
All right, Renee, the first card I've got for you is the King of Swords. Some more swords, and this is about being in control of the situation and knowing what you're going to do. And then this seems almost opposite, but I've got the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands is about a situation that is not moving. It's just kind of stuck. So I'm going to say if you're feeling stuck now, that's going to pass soon and be ready to move. And then I've got the Fool. So you're looking at some type of new beginning. Time to start over somewhere. And hello to Amy and Gretchen in the chat. Renee, I hope that's helpful. And Mark has asked, how will his love life be for the next 6 months? You can go ahead.
Okay. So, Mark, the first card I pulled is the King of Pentacles. Now, that's not usually a great card when thinking about love. This is more about money. But that is to say that with this card, when it comes to love and money, which is sort of an important thing, um, that financially you're in a good spot, and that gives you the ability to pursue love and to pursue um, the abundance of love because in the material realm you have everything you need. So I would say that is helpful. Now, the second card I pulled is the Seven of Cups. Now, the cups are emotions, and usually where love readings are the most prevalent. You can find connections to love in all things. But the Seven of Cups is to say that when it comes to love, you have a lot of choices, a lot of options. Um, so I would say to look at your options. I'm a person that says there is not one person out there for everyone. There are lots of kinds of people for everyone out there. So that is to say, look at your options and choose what you think is best for you for the time being. And I pulled another seven, which our numerology human is over there. Hi. She'll go into that for you. I'm not a big numerology human. That numbers are not usually my thing. But that is to say, with the Seven of Pentacles, when it comes to love, you have to be patient. Love doesn't just appear, it has to grow, it has to be cultivated. And as you see here, usually with the Seven of Pentacles, the person is growing their plants here. So that is to say, even with love, it has to be taken care of, cultivated, and watered profusely. So I would say that when it comes to love, that it is out there, it is it is available. You just have to make the best decision of what it is you want.
Okay, and Renee, you are welcome. So, the first card I've got for you is kind of interesting in this content. text mark, I've got the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords indicates generally an alliance or in a business arrangement rather than a romantic relationship. But that's the first thing I got for you. But it does indicate the start of some sort of relationship. Then I got the Ace of Lamps. Now, Lamps is the suit of spirituality in the deck I'm using, the Tarot of Hecate. And so, with that, I'm seeing that if you're searching for love, you may need to explore your spirituality a bit more. As Bryan pointed out, love don't come easy. You'll just have to wait. And you may need to grow a bit as a person if you are looking for love rather than just someone to go out and have fun with. They're not the same thing.
We love fun.
Huh?
We love fun in this party.
And then the final card I've got for you is Temperance, and I'll get that a little closer here. And with Temperance, we have a figure here who is both male and female, a person of color and white, day and night. So we've got a lot of different elements here. And with Temperance, the message is you need to create a whole that is greater than the sum of the parts. And that really does define a good relationship a lot of times. That together you can create something that is more than you are separately. So, my overall advice is to be willing to move slowly if you are looking for love and work a bit on yourself as well. So, I hope that's useful. All right. And Marie has asked us. Oh, thank you, Bryan. All right, we can read about the presence of Aphrodite in your life. And welcome, Gretchen. I'm glad you could join us.
The cards are doing that literal thing again.
I didn't see what you pulled out.
Really?
Aphrodite.
Right.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead. You go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, that's okay. So, for those who are not as well versed in tarot as Mary and I, for obvious reasons, when you think of the goddess Aphrodite, there's that picture of Aphrodite in a clamshell. You know the one. I have a whole deck based on her. It is literally a woman in a clam chair. So, Maria, you don't know me very well, but apparently you know Mary. So, we are very similar, except for the hair and the beard. This is about trusting your intuition and coming to things with an open heart. All of the things that are literally Aphrodite. So I believe what she's telling you is she wants you to patronize her, if that is your spiritual path. She is welcoming you into her family. And with that comes rest, meditation, thinking, things that come with learning about your new patron goddess for that matter, and welcoming you to the family of other people who do so in the Three of Pentacles. So when I say that literally the cards are just doing the literal thing, this is literally what they're doing. This is what I mean. And I'm going to pull one more card because the wheel of fortune. She's asking you to take a chance on her, to allow her to use you as a vessel to pass along her messages. So that is all to say. Take her up on her offer. See what she has to offer you, Maria. And I very much apologize for my very literal cards, but I hope that's helpful.
So I've got, being literal, the Queen of Lamps. Lamps is the suit of spirituality.
I hope Don is watching this. Please.
Okay, so here we have the woman seated with the moon uh, on a rug. It's blue. It could be white. But, I'm going to take this as the goddess welcoming you. The next card I've got is the Four of Cups, saying that you haven't been perhaps feeling blah, dull. Things haven't been what you wanted them to be lately. And then I've got the Hierophant, which is another goddess figure. Yeah, we're done here, aren't we, Bryan?
Sorry, Maria.
You asked for the message. The goddess has spoken. And she is basically, I'm going to get right up on the camera. So this is either the goddess Cleopatra or her high priestess. It could be taken either way.
I thought that was Nefertiti. I could be wrong.
I could be wrong. I could ask Don. I've always viewed it as.
It might be what I see because of my attachment to her. So continue.
I'm seeing her as wearing the crown of Egypt. To me, that's Isis. I could be totally wrong, and I'll ask Don. Anyway, she is seated on a throne with her feet on a footstool, surrounded by gifts. And yes, she's saying, this is what I can offer you.
If only the cards were always that forward.
Yeah, sometimes they just say, well, look, you've started a new venture and you're going to have to work hard to make it work. Go you. Anyway, I'm sorry, Maria. We do not mean to make light of you, but I have just seldom seen the cards just line up quite like this.
Sometimes it just bees like that.
So I hope that's helpful. And I know we had at least one more request from Diana.
So Maria asked, what platform are you getting the most views? So Maria, we both of us run tarot businesses, so we stream to both of our pages and various Corellian platforms, but mostly YouTube and Facebook.
I would say overall we get more views initially on Facebook.
Yep. Yes.
Alrighty. Kai wants to know where I got my great moon phase hat. Hot
on
topic.
A mall trip with Sissy.
On a mall trip with Sissy, we looked in Hot Topic and they had two, so we each got one.
All right.
Alrighty. Diane is asking for a general reading.
Okay. Elvis is starting the song of her people.
Elvis is singing, "It's can time, it's can time." I'm going to scratch the bald guy if he doesn't get me a can.
Pretty much. It's your turn to go first.
Okay, I'm still shuffling my giant deck here.
I believe, Gretchen, we already did a reading for you, but let me check.
No, we did not do a reading for Gretchen yet.
Oh, okay.
We have done one for Mark already. So, Mark, let's hit anyone who hasn't had a reading yet, and we'll come back to you if we have time.
You've got hypothetically 19 minutes. If our cards behave. Big if.
Big if.
Kai, don't say might. We know you're looking. Don't play. Oh, and 20% off.
What?
She found the hat for 20% off. Because she would.
Yeah, I got it on sale too. Maybe they were never regular price and they're just, getting us bargain girls.
Yes.
Okay, Diane, the first card I've got for you is Justice. So this is about getting something you rightfully deserve and something you've been working towards for a long time. Then I've got the Two of Pentacles here, and you can see a young man learning to sculpt under the apprenticeship to an older man. So this is about learning something from a mentor. And then finally, I've got the Princess of Lamps, which in this deck, lamps is the suit of spirituality and magic. So with the princess, they're about earth. Of course, lamps are about our spirituality. So you're looking at, I usually read the princess as a balance between your spiritual pursuits and your earthly life, your normal life. So, in other words, don't get too caught up in one or the other, but balance both of them. Okay, Bryan, your turn. Hi, Elvis. I see you peeking in.
So she's peeking. So the first card I have is the Hermit. The new moon, the full moon is in 2 days, which is about reflection and, the start of a new cycle. So I would say that with this card, use this time to really align your mind, your body, and your soul. It's a really good time for it. It's my favorite card, but there's no anchovy. The second card I pulled is the Knight of Cups. Now, in the old school deck, there's usually someone holding a cup with a little anchovy. So that's why we're joking about that. So, thank you. With the Knight of Cups, this is about sort of that charming energy, that seducing energy. And I would say, with that reflection, really reflect on what energy you're bringing into and out of your life when it's in regard to your emotions. I think that's really important, and not just your emotions like the sad and happy. I'm talking about the jealous, the revenge, the anger, making sure all your emotions are in check. And the reason I'm saying that is the third card I pulled is the Devil, which in witchcraft, it's not about the big scary red man as much as it's reflected here. It's about the darkness, the shadows, the things that we hide, from the everyday world that we don't want people to see. And usually it's that anger, it's the rage, and that's why I was focusing more on the emotions here in this reading with you. I feel like you are really needing to take stock of your ticks, your triggers, those sorts of things. And it's a great time to do that. So I hope that was helpful. All right. What time is it? We got 15 minutes.
All right. Next is Anissa, who wants to know if she must move in the near future.
Oh, great. Oh, while we're talking about tarot and Hot Topic, I showed you my Hot Topic tarot lip balm.
You did.
You can tease Kai while she looks on the internet.
Hey, Kai, bring your moon hat to lustration.
Why? So people can confuse the two of you again?
Sure. Why not?
So Hope, the way that you request a reading is you usually leave a comment in whatever uh platform you're watching us from, and it pops up in our little side chat here, and we just go down the list as long as we have time, and we usually stop at 11 p.m. Eastern, which is 10 o'clock Miss Mary's time. All right, who's next?
Anissa, she wants to know if she needs to move in the near future. And I can go first.
Sounds good.
Well, I'm going to tell you. The first card I pulled was the Six of Swords, and it's about a journey. So, yeah, I think you are going to have to move. Now, I've got here the King of Lamps. So, I think in a spiritual sense, it's going to be good for you. And I've got here the King of Pentacles. So, I think materially it's going to be good for you. But yeah, I see movement in your future.
So the first card I pulled is the High Priestess. So if you're getting the gut instinct that you should move, much like Mary, I say, yup, you're probably going to be on the hunt for a new place to live. Oh, look, Mary, it's you.
Yay!
Now, the reason for that is Miss Mary identifies with this card and has for quite some time. I'm not going to say how long because I'm respectful. But this card is usually also about feminine energy, intelligence, trusting your gut, wisdom. So this card is to say, if Miss Mary's saying you should move, I'm going to concur and say you should move. However, besides that, the last card I pulled is the Eight of Cups. And as you see, this person has crossed the river, not taken any of their cups with them, and is on the move. So, yes, I would say instead of waiting to be told to move, I would get proactive and consider moving. Our cards are really just doing what we asked them to do this evening. It's quite nice.
They are. Kai, yes, you should definitely dye your hair teal again. And we will both have teal hair and awesome moon phase hats for lustration.
Can you send me pictures so you could stand from the back and I could figure out which one is Mary and which one is Kai?
Yeah, but I was also thinking we should get Reverend Don to pose between us.
Wait, you should see if he'll wear the hat.
Oh, he loves hats.
I know.
All right, we're up to Gretchen.
We're up to Gretchen, and it's 10 minutes too.
All right, so you want to know if it's over with the guy that things just kind of blew up with.
Would you like me to go first?
You can. I'm still shuffling.
So, the first card I pulled, Gretchen, is the Wheel of Fortune, which means your luck with this human has run out. It was fun. I'm not saying that, you had a good time. The second card I pulled is the Chariot, which means, well, in this case, you've gotten on your motorcycle and you're driving off into the sunset or the sunrise. And then the last card I pulled is the Fool, which is about the start of something new. So I would say yes. This has come, gone, and yeah, it's over. I Mary and I are having a very straightforward kind of night, everyone. This is not personal. Our cards just are well, they're putting down what we're putting up.
All right. Well, Brian's is laying it out. Mine's a little more metaphysical here, Gretchen. First one I've got for you is the universe. So basically, you can go anywhere you want to go in your situation. So I tend to want to ask, why would you want to go back to something that blew up? We have judgment. And with judgment, you are completing something you've been working on. You're coming to the end of a cycle, and I think you are going to see the close of lots of different things in your life. And then finally, I've got the future. And here we see a man flying with wings made of feathers and wax. But we don't know if it's Daedalus or Icarus. So this card counsels you to move forward, but be careful you don't fly too close to the sun. And I'm going to pull one more card. And I've got the Six of Swords. So I'm seeing a journey for you in the near future. Or maybe this just means you're moving forward. But yeah, either way, I don't see this situation. You're moving forward from that situation. And I hope that's helpful.
All right.
And thank you, Hope. I'm fond of this hat. Let's see here.
Hope asks, if time allows, my question is, will things turn out for the best in my favor?
Wait a minute. We did not do the general reading for Jeff.
Oh, okay.
And he came first.
Yes, Elvis?
It's can time.
No, it's not. She got 7 minutes.
Elvis is saying can, 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 can.
You like Mary. She understands you.
Well, of course. I'm a cat mom.
So am I. It doesn't mean I'm giving her what she wants.
I just don't happen to have one right now because I have a nervous, barky dog.
You want to be friends with Hella? No, thank you. All right. We got 2 more meetings.
What? Okay. Well, let's do Jeff's general.
All right. So while we do Jeff's general, I'm going to put up the disclaimer that we will not be taking any more readings as of now.
I agree. Get out of my head. I was about to say that.
You're welcome.
All right. I am ready, so I'll go ahead and go. Justice, third appearance. And I'm shuffling, folks. I am. So with justice, we've got the idea of you're getting something that is due to you and has been due to you for a while. I've got the Five of Wands, which indicates some sort of conflict is going on. But with Justice card, with that, you are going to come out on top. And then I've got the Princess of Lamps. And again, I like to read this card as counseling a balance between what you're doing in the material world and the spiritual world. So, I hope you find that useful, Jeff. Go ahead.
So the first card I have is the Empress, which tells me that in your life, Jeff, that you do a lot of nurturing of other people and sometimes you forget to take care of yourself. So this week, your goal is self care. Put yourself first, Jeff, and others last. Just this once. The second card I pulled is the Four of Wands. Now, the funny thing about that is this card is about your home, your foundation. So while I get the vibe that you are the breadwinner, I would say that your home life is good, and this is a good time to take some of that selfish self care time. And don't feel bad about it. And the last card I pulled is Death. Now, death here is not dead, dead. It is more like a rebirth, the phoenix coming out of the ashes. Because while I'm saying that self care for in this moment is important, this is something you need to do consistently and that you've been ignoring in the past, and would be of great benefit for you to continue because it's important for your well being. I hope that's helpful. Oh, good job.
And, and yes, Hope, I am also a bearer of a Libre. So we are up to Hope wants to know, my question is, will things turn out for the best in my favor? Kai, I will tell my hair to grow before lustration.
I mean, we could spread Miracle Grow on it and see what happens. It didn't work for me as a kid. I ate some, and my dad called poison control, and that was the biggest growth spurt I ever had. And I looked like a Smurf. Well, or like I had eaten a Smurf.
Really?
Well, Miracle Grow when I was growing up was still blue.
So it turns you blue.
Well, yeah, my entire mouth was blue. My tongue was blue. Yeah, I looked like I'd eaten a Smurf. Or 12. So I will go first. And the first card I pulled is the Ace of Wands. Now, the Suit of Wands is about passion. It's about fiery energy. That is all to say. And it's also the first card of the suit. So that is to say that right now, what you're cultivating is very fresh and new and still sort of this untamed idea. But go with it. It's good. But also with the second card, Temperance. Temperance is about alchemy. It's about controlling the elements and sort of manipulating them into something more attainable, something more controlled. Think of it like fireworks, but the kind they contain and sell in the store. Not the kind they just, shoot off. However, with all of that to say, the ideas that you're cultivating and what you're turning into have a lot of options. Now, the thing about this card is there's some great options, some okay options, and some, well, not great options. The little snake in the cup, probably the worst of the options. So that is to say, with all of this ambition, all of this drive, and all of this fiery passion that you have, be careful what it turns into because, well, it could blow up in your face. Quite literally. So, just be careful, wear eye protection, and all should be well.
All right. So the first card I've got for you, Hope, is the Nine of Lamps. Lamps is the suit about spirituality and magic, and nines are about um, completion of a cycle, and they're also about, in some cases, humanitarianism and our ideals. And this is about, in this case, mastering your own power. Then I've got the Seven of Pentacles. Sevens are about patience, learning, and pulling back into yourself. Pentacles are about our material lives. So, with the Seven of Pentacles, you want to think about how you are using your resources. Are you using them in the best way possible? And then finally, I've got the Four of Lamps here. And with the four, we see someone realizing that they basically have more work to do. So even though you have mastered a lot, and maybe you're beginning to see a new direction you're wanting to go into. But yes, I think things will turn out well for you because you're going to be going in a new direction, but it's going to work out well for you, Hope. Just be careful with your resources. Spend them wisely. And I hope that's helpful. All right, and we have one more question, and that is for Magali. Hope I'm saying that right. My past wants to come back. Has he finally changed, or should I move on?
While you're shuffling, Anissa, I see you have a lot of questions. I'm going to make a small shameless plug, and that I would suggest whichever one of us you vibe with better, consider booking a private reading with either me or Rev Mary. Because sometimes we can't get to all your questions or even go around for a second round some Thursdays.
And we will have the divinationtv.com website up in a few days.
All right.
Where you can see how to book a reading with either of us.
Okay. Are you ready, or would you like me to go?
You can go.
Well, in the power of straightforwardness. First card, Five of Cups. Move forward. There's never going back. Going back is always a bad thing. However, you can live in some of the nostalgia of what you had before, but it will not manifest in the same way again. So enjoy the memories, enjoy the vibes, But please don't go backward because there is someone else out there worth your time and attention and love. So, forward only, no backwards. Happy trails.
All right, so I have here, this card is called Past. Here we see an older woman looking at her reflection as a younger woman. And when this card comes up, it means don't get caught up in the patterns of the past. You need to break free of those. How literal can we be here, cards? So, no, I don't see a good outcome there. We've got the Nine of Lamps, which is talking about working on yourself and perfecting yourself. And then we've got the universe, which means you have infinite possibilities open to you. So, Magali, don't let yourself get caught up in the past. You have a lot more in front of you. So, and I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with us tonight. This has been an awful lot of fun, and especially thank you to Bryan's literal tarot deck.
We can't make this up.
We can't make this up. And so, thank you all. We will be back next Thursday for another round of Tarot Thursday. The divinationtv.com website is undergoing some work right now, but we'll have it back up hopefully by next week, and you can contact either one of us there for readings. And again, thank you, everyone, and blessed be.